They have Dominique Thorne, going out there talking about DEI, LGBTQ rights, and how there's no agenda there, and she continued to do so. But the other thing is that they also had Robert Downey Jr., and they had him roll out and really kind of prop the show up and prop the character of Riri Williams up above Tony Stark.
Natalie AI thing seems utterly preposterous and ridiculous, and even for an MCU show, I'm finding it to be a little bit of a bridge too far to go. The heist crew, all lame. Every single one of them, all lame.
Crew.
Here's a squad. Clown, our pyrotechnic specialist.
There's Clown, our pyrotechnics. That means she sets fire to things. She's from Portland. Never saw a car she didn't want to burn. Money she wasn't jealous of. Or
watch the series and it's just hot garbage. It still has right now on IMDb a 3.7 out of 10. That's like Snow White level bad. It's the worst thing that Disney streaming has ever produced. So these are the reviews on IMDb. You can see here, 52% now giving it a 1 star.
It deserves your attention. Ironheart deserves your attention. That's how I knew. I was like, oh, they are desperate to get people to watch this damn show. After I did my reaction, I kept getting, hey, it wasn't that bad. I just watched it. Hey, I just watched the first 3 episodes. It wasn't that bad.
What broke the MCU? Once upon a time, Marvel was the king of storytelling, turning a guy in a tin suit into a global obsession. From Iron Man's scrappy cave days to Endgame's gut punch finale, every film felt like a must-see event. Fans filled theaters, dissected Easter eggs, and believed in heroes who felt real, flawed, human, and worth rooting for. But by 2025, that magic's fading fast. Phases 4 and 5 stumbled with rushed plots and heroes who don't stick. X-posts are brutal.
First Ironheart reactions are in. Does it defy the haters? Or is it another skippable series? It's always about you, right? It's always about the audience. It's amazing. Doesn't matter if it's the 2024 election or whether it's a Disney streaming product. It's always about like how evil is the actual voters? How evil are the audience?
With fans saying things like, Marvel forgot how to make us care. Ironheart, the Disney Plus series about Riri Williams, isn't just a misstep. It's a glaring sign Marvel's chasing headlines instead of heart. The studio that made us cry for Tony Stark now leaves us shrugging at Riri. How did we get here? It starts with a comic book gamble that didn't pay off. Picture this. It's 2016, and Marvel Comics decides to shake things up. Out go the old icons. In come the new. Sam Wilson as Captain America, Jane Foster as Thor, and a 15-year-old genius named Riri Williams as the new Iron Man. Bold move, right? Riri's a prodigy, reverse engineering Stark tech in her dorm room, ready to carry the Iron Man legacy. But here's the catch. There's no buildup. Unlike Spider-Man, who earned his place through years of struggle and heart.
Yeah, and it's like the real Tony Stark gets like back somehow, and there's like a moment where she's flying through and he's like, who is that? And she's like, I'm Ironheart, Mr. Stark. And he's like, I like that girl. And then he like goes to do something else. Like that would be like the level of something that I think would possibly happen.
Riri's dropped in cold. No emotional arc, no real stakes, just instant hero status. Fans didn't buy it. Her comic run tanked, not because of who she was, but because the story felt flat. Ex-users still call it a missed shot, with one saying, Riri could have been epic, but Marvel rushed her. Comics readers wanted depth, not a press release. So why did Marvel think speeding her to the MCU would work? That's where things get messy. Fast forward to 2022, and Riri Williams crashes into the MCU in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The film's already carrying the weight of T'Challa's absence, diving deep into Wakanda's grief and legacy. So why toss in a 19-year-old tech whiz cracking jokes and building Iron Man suits like it's a science fair?
Why she's frustrated. That's how I feel watching her interviews.
How do you feel about the impact that she's having on young Black girls? And I'm going to be completely honest, on Black women.
You know, this is yet another area that's getting vibrant. It's getting full in the way that it should be.
No origin story, no context, just Riri, front and center, in a movie that didn't need her. Fans were baffled. X posts lit up, with one user venting. Riri felt like a guest star forced into the main plot. There was no time to connect, no reason to care. Marvel skipped the groundwork, banking on her presence to spark cheers. But heroes don't win hearts by showing up. They earn it through struggle. Giving Riri a solo series after this lukewarm debut? That was a gamble even Tony Stark wouldn't take. So, Marvel rolls the dice and gives Riri Williams her own Disney Plus series, Ironheart.
Where Downey Jr. pointed out to both Marvel and Disney that this could not only ruin his reputation, but also cost him fans, and he's against making those statements. However, both Bob and Kevin informed him that taking part in these types of statements and the press tour for Ironheart is built into his very expensive contract for the future of the MCU, mostly related to the return in Avengers Doomsday. RDJ is already challenging both Bob Iger and Kevin Feige that he will only make statements defending Ironheart and Riri Williams if it avoids arguments about DEI.
Problem is, nobody asked for it. There were no fan campaigns, no trending hashtags, no groundswell of hype. Just Marvel deciding Riri's the next big thing. The trailers screamed buzzwords: legacy, empowerment, representation. But where was the story? The show itself? A letdown. Flat characters, sluggish pacing, and action scenes that felt like they were phoned in. X users didn't hold back, with one calling it a superhero suit wrapped around a corporate memo. Riri's a genius, sure, but the script never shows us why we should root for her. It's all tell, no show, built to check boxes instead of spark emotions. Marvel thought they could force a hit, but the tepid response proved them wrong.
Going out there from the media that you are just a racist if you don't like Ironheart. The reason it's getting this backlash, the reason it's getting bad reviews, the reason that fans don't like what they see, it's just because all the damn racists out there, Jay. It's MAGA trolls, it's racist, it's blah, blah, blah.
And when the buzz fizzled, they didn't rethink the story. They pulled a wild stunt that had fans raising eyebrows. Just when you thought Ironheart couldn't get weirder, Marvel pulled a curveball that set the internet on fire. Rumors started swirling. Nothing confirmed, mind you, that Mephisto, the demonic villain fans have been begging for since WandaVision, was being dropped into the show. And not just any Mephisto, but one reportedly played by Sacha Baron Cohen. Yep, the Borat guy in a tech-heavy teen hero series. Fans on X lost it. With one posting, Mephisto in Ironheart, Marvel's just throwing spaghetti at the wall now. This wasn't the dark Mystica debut fans expected for a character like Mephisto. It felt like a desperate stunt, a shiny distraction to make people talk about a show that wasn't clicking. Tossing in a hyped-up villain might spark clicks, but it can't fix a story without heart, and Marvel wasn't done making head-scratching choices yet. If Mephisto wasn't wild enough, Marvel doubled down with a character that felt like a punch to the gut: Zelma. Think of her as Velma 2.0, straight out of HBO Max's infamous flop, but somehow less likable. Snarky, smug, and packed with recycled one-liners. Zelma's the kind of sidekick that makes you wince. X-users tore her apart, with one saying, "Zelma's like Velma, but with zero purpose." Did Marvel even try? She doesn't add to the story. She's just there, spouting TikTok-ready quips that fall flat. It's as if Marvel looked at Velma's crash and burn and thought, let's remake that disaster. Fans didn't hate her for being new or bold. They hated her for being lazy, a walking algorithm. Designed for clips, not connection. This wasn't just a bad call. It showed Marvel's completely out of touch. But the real shocker? How they handled the backlash. When Ironheart's flaws became impossible to ignore, Marvel didn't take a step back to listen. Instead, they pointed fingers. Fans who called out the weak writing or flat characters were labeled as haters, accused of not getting a strong black woman in the spotlight. Actress Dominique Thorne leaned into this narrative, suggesting critics just couldn't handle Riri's presence. X-users fired back, with one saying, "It's not Riri's identity, it's the script that's the problem." Marvel turned honest feedback into a culture war. framing their audience as the enemy. That move didn't fix the show. It pushed fans further away. By dodging the real issues, lazy plots, no emotional stakes, they burned bridges with the people who made the MCU a giant. And the silence that followed spoke even louder than the deflection. You know how Disney loves to brag when a show's a hit. Think Loki or WandaVision, non-stop tweets, viewership charts, and top 10 trending badges for weeks. But with Ironheart, dead silence. No Nielsen rankings, no celebratory posts, just vague PR mumbling about viewer engagement. Ex-users noticed, with one posting, Ironheart's so quiet, it's like Disney's pretending it didn't happen. That's not modesty, it's damage control. Reports suggest, though nothing's official, the show's numbers tanked. Despite millions spent on reshoots, CGI, and ads, Marvel's hiding the flop, hoping fans won't ask questions. But we see it. The lack of buzz screams louder than any trailer, proving Ironheart didn't just miss the mark, it crashed. And the guy steering this ship, he's acting like it's still the MCU's glory days. Kevin Feige built the MCU into a juggernaut, turning Iron Man and Endgame into cultural landmarks. But somewhere along the way, he lost the plot, while fans grew pickier, craving stories with heart. Feige's still banking on the old Marvel logo magic. Take Riri Williams, a brilliant young black woman stepping into Iron Man's shoes. Sounds like a slam dunk, but instead of giving her a journey, flaws, or growth, she's handed instant greatness. No struggle, just a script saying she's awesome. Ex-fans aren't buying it. With one posting, Feige forgot heroes need to earn their legacy. He's chasing trends, hashtags, buzzwords, while ignoring what made the MCU click. Real stories, not templates. Ironheart's just the latest sign of a bigger problem. Can Marvel turn it around, or is this the end of an era? Ironheart was supposed to be Marvel's bold new chapter, a torchbearer for the MCU's future. Instead, it's a warning flare, shining a light on a studio that's forgotten how to tell stories. From Riri's rushed debut to Zelma's tone-deaf quips, the series traded heart for headlines, connection for corporate checklists. Fans didn't walk away because of progress or diversity. They walked away because the spark's gone. No Mephisto cameo or buzzword-heavy trailer can mask a script without soul. Ex-users sum it up best. Marvel's lost what made us love them. The MCU once built heroes we believed in. Now it's chasing ghosts of its own success. Can Feige and company rediscover that magic? Or is Ironheart the funeral for what the MCU used to be? Drop your thoughts below. Do you think Marvel can bounce back? Or is this the end of the line?